voice from the past echoes in the present, shaping future dreams like clay. Aesthetically infectious soul expression, express transfer from speakers speaking directly to the heart. Oscillating between sight, sound, and touch, tangible like ocean waves. Turquoise echoes. The resounding red sound of volcanoes, vibrations and vocals evoke color consuming the circumference of the soul. A similar circle spins, 33 RPMs, crackling candlelight illuminating dark night, narrating my thoughts fading into the oblivion of rest, the infinity of dreams. A gentle song caresses this soul at its seams. I'd like you to come on a journey with me. Close your eyes, utilize all senses to see. Now allow our collective ideas to blend. Like branches I reach outwards, so extend and touch a friend. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. What if I slapped you in the face with my dictionary? My pen and my voice are my democracy. I'll be fighting when I'm writing and I'll speak my way free. So as ebony and ivory grip this microphone tightly, speaking visions of equality, strip the mystery off history. Been through agony and ecstasy like monk with his piano key. Can't categorize this, define this, confine this, it's limitless. As fingers take flight, touching black, touching white, giving ears sight, see through the fears at night. The blending of light and dark could be the single spark to ignite the prairie fire. So enlightened empire will strike back like nothing prior. This is the embryo of peace, freedom rhymed over beats, writing down with my pen, jotting down instants, and it's a natural movement, spiritual improvement, prophet heaven sent to cease the decadence. Always speaking eloquent, watch the development of the urban element, knowledge always relevant, collage unique, intelligent. Always speak with confidence, the sun's direct descendant, I shine independent of weather, using metaphors that are clever, carefully balanced between pain and pleasure. Yo kid, when you selling out, nah I ain't never. Like the family stone, I'm sly, never wear no suit and tie. Questions appear before the eyes, most begin with how or why. In a democracy, could move me or die. When I look into the air, I see polluted sky. Watch the news and see another black mother cry. My own government for years fed me lies, but I always find ways for the spirit to rise. As I'm coming at your keynote speakers, you hear knowledge teachers, true preachers, height reachers. My skin is brown like James, when I speak I spit flames. Artwork extends past the frames, the spirit can't be tamed or contained. It's unique. 7 days of the week to all humankind we speak these statements. Echoing eternity, vibrating versatility, born to aid humanity, engage life in its mystery. With supernatural synthesis in my prime like optimist, sharing lines extending through time and space, flow with grace. Diversity challenges my concept of race. When I declare war, I always throw down an ace. Jackson 5 afro, and I'll always let my soul glow and grow at a show or under a shade tree. Anywhere I'll go and everywhere I'll be. I wear a green jacket that I got at Thrift City. I stand half an inch short of 6'3". Illuminate like GE, shining so brightly that the blind will see me and the deaf will hear. Crystal clear, salvation is near. Go out and tell your peers. You best respect this, I wear a cowrie shell necklace. The earth I will protect this, cause I know we can correct this. To the cloud I'll be the silver lining. To the straight and narrow I'm the road that's long and winding. Ideas are strong and climbing. Getting National like Geographic, no time for traffic. Like the glass up there, straight no chaser to your spirit. Leave you wondering like Stevie as I shout to the Pharaoh to set my people free. My mind is overwhelmed by visions of equality. As a rainbow of children embrace around me. Through squinted eyes I try hard to see bright shining universal liberty. A voice once said, till the shadows and the lights are one. It fills my head, visions bright as the new rising sun. No need for lead, we'll fire our thoughts instead of guns. Old ideas shed, together's the direction we will run. Hip-hop gives birth to the moon and the stars. Drum beats in city streets and we're passing by cars. Background narration of weekly regiments and bars. And these lyrics building bridges from Venus to Mars. No, it's a musical emancipation. Called remove the shackles off one's fertile imagination. Shining brightly on those subdued by frustration. Touching on all emotions, melancholy to elation. Filled with freedom's poetry to lead this nation as it becomes intimate like our conversation. Climbs up the spine with that familiar sensation, then caresses your mind with new realization. Feel an energy surge is on the verge. Solar divergence converges, black and white thoughts merge. A gray hand holds diversity's key as our ideas reach for infinity's dreams. It unlocks doors to mentality, knocks down walls providing visibility. As we race down roads of originality, that's how the plan should be. Is this future too vibrant to see? Well, I just wear my sunglasses like I was Jackie Onassis and watch as the music unites the masses. Under a half moon we'll dance and shake asses, read history books they didn't give us in classes. And as cultures blend and relationships mend, our souls will transcend to a peace that knows no end. So come join me, my women and men, for our paths lie in the fusion of life, which will lead us past strife. And as we unite, someone smoke the peace pipe, and my third eye ponders visions bright. Just past the road through struggle and night, and out of the darkness comes the light. So back on the Greyhound where my path resides, 65 down the road with the infinite skies. On my left the red tail drifts upwards and flies, and like the hawk of my thoughts, for they continue to rise. For they continue to rise, for they continue to rise. To be, but as I hold this microphone it flows naturally. I reach out arms of symbolic poetry and ask your mind if your soul is feeling me. Sit by the ocean, listen as she speaks to me, fills me with wisdom and limitless beauty. From deep abyss appears blue serenity, sunlight reflects inspiration's divinity. I breathe out knowledge with my carbon dioxide, my third eye open wide and on my shoulders pride as I rise high in these majestic mountain skies. Like the tide I rise with focused eyes. Many roads traveled and I'm growing wise, never let them leave the prize. Slowly I'm masking my earth's disguise, but never allowing my world's demise. Now the fight is for sight, but we all must see, and my thoughts take flight spontaneously. I share them with extreme generosity, expanding awareness exponentially as diversity evolves to commonalities through conversations, potentiality. As limitless as humanity, we each paint the world with individual beauty. colors that reach a rainbow of infinity. With this uniqueness we're all walking poetry, and through creativity we will be set free. The inner city citizen with cinnamon skin, a pocket so thin that they don't know how to grin, is in critical condition. Drenched in desperation as the nation's fascination with gentrification increases the frustration of an urban population, whose spirits sag, dressed in rags, slum section saturated with trash and plastic bags, rusted out cars, no need for the cell if life is the bars and existence is hell. Poverty is a life sentence with the disproportionate difference as the neighbor worships the Lord in tailor-made extravagance. Because this materialism beats strong like this rhythm as it pulsates a self-perpetuating system. The almighty dollar narrates each hour. Most men know no bounds as they quest for its power. What glitters and shines on his dime, only fine clothes and deals over wine. Now walk a mile away across the tracks night and day. Another side to these varied cities, a brother's side drenched in poverty. Victims of manifest destiny, which is getting the best of me, starting to test me, depress me, oppress me. The seed to my stress tree is these corporations like plagues sweep the nation, expanding frustration to a nearby location, giving you the illusion you have the option of choosing Coke or Pepsi. Now suddenly carbonation sets you free. Image is nothing, just trust our celebrity. So I turned off my TV-generated reality, synthesized normality, overwhelming plasticity. Can't even pick up a magazine, they got the underage teen beauty queen. It's obscene, it's obscene, it's obscene, it's obscene. As propaganda pop culture circles above like a vulture, from Cisco to NSYNC, music once made you think. But now it's got you trained with this monotony ingrained. But we'll continue the struggle through the pleasure and the pain, till consciousness infectious like droplets of rain. Come together, gain momentum, move down my window pane. Come together, gain momentum, move down my window pane. Because right now skies are gray, but I pray for a new way, a new day where crime doesn't have to pay. Freedom's what the people say. Just past this post-millennium tension, not to mention this freedom I speak of is still under suspension. Fathers, slaves on detention, maybe time for reinvention of this society. Let this democracy move past hypocrisy, a dream I long to see. And the land of the free, the home of the brave, is the domain of the mentally enslaved. Enraged, the invisible bars of the corporate cage of the 40-hour injection of minimum wage. But soon we'll flip the page, an improvement with age, because life's only consistency is its change. So I watch these tributaries flow up the spine into the vast tangible ocean of our minds, to let our ideas climb up the ladder of time, achieve natural sight, a strange invite, voice within said, don't fight, surrender to your insight. Like ocean moonlight piercing the darkness of night, become aware of foresight and experience the enlightenment heaven sent from suburbs to ghetto residents, side to side like pendulum, from east to west I represent humanity benevolent, balanced like four elements, fire coming from my pen, water flowing, moved by wind, climbed a mountain over sin, over earth. I gazed. A long stare, amazed. To these connections go the praise. Like the stone to the lake, thoughts ripple and quake. Like running river waters, ideas are crossing borders. And like the bomb blast touches all that surrounds, as each echo resounds and the cycle goes round, what goes up must come down. As I drove away, I looked into my rearview mirror, a long, cold stare into pulsating terror. Louder their sirens, splitting your ears. Fast your heart races, it ignites all your fears. Brighter their lights, distracting your peace. They've shifted the power, and upon this they feast. A lot of folks don't understand that there's a master plan put down by the man as universal as sand. Financial deprivation, economic starvation describes our present situation. Only 2 generations allowed education, a complete abomination. But this Job-like desolation could be essential to salvation. I watch the masses wear black lens glasses, blinding eyes from the atrocities of police and government brutality. In our own third world inner city country, an economic line divides the land of the free. Money never trickled down to those within poverty. You see the men in blue, they be coming after you, targeting minorities out of the majorities, newspaper back page stories, it's time to question the authorities. They wear riot gear, look like the military, henchmen for Giuliani, it's scary. Because you're guilty until proven innocent, my only right was to remain silent, they're violent. Watch the urban experiment, an oversized lab of housing tenements, the subjects uninformed ghetto residents whose rights have never been a precedent. We watch the secret romance as the news and governments dance headlines with the negative influence. Make sure the camera captures deviance. From the crack dealer to car stealer, it goes back to grade school history. I'm a slave that misbehaved until Abe set me free. But in my land free I ran, a king like BB. It's time to halt these wheels of monotony. We've escaped jail bars and cop cars, but the stereotypes run deep as the mental scars. Now it's a new millennium, from the bottom to the top a message will be sent. Listen as these lyrics supersede the system. If you hear within it, ear receive the wisdom. It's time to mobilize and organize sheet after sheet of wool to remove from these eyes. From the day that we could chew, they spoon-fed us the lies. But now that we've got truths, we'll never compromise. If you're looking for the stars, gaze into my eyes. The clock struck 17 in an abstract dream where omnipresent light beamed, glowing in the form of a new regime which worked with the bottom as opposed to the top. And like that the dream stopped and my spirit was shot. My heart pounds with the sound of the siren alarm clock. The nightmare 9 to 5 with the side of fries and a TV guide guiding individuality to its demise. I have to pinch myself at work to know I'm alive. Inhale monoxide when my windows roll down, passing cars much too loud and these highway sounds pound. And this unyielding traffic is automatic, is tragic, hectic and frantic. Drivers start to panic when friction starts static. Between bumper to bumper, he stops, I brake fast. I stop for quick breakfast, fried eggs, melted cheese, put my hunger at ease, but fail to hear my body's pleas. The sugar-saturated glazed donuts and the self-destructive senselessness of cigarette butts awaken a state of caffeinated confusion, losing to illusions of a desolate delusion, choosing to consume some of what they offer me. Coffee makes me jittery, reality seems weird to me. I move in nervous energy, traveling at the speed of greed, superseding that of need, and a break in traffic lets me elevate my speed, past these SUVs which never see the trees. Suburbans in the urban at first glance appears disturbing, as I create the same pollution, as much a problem as a solution. Just another citizen with an occasional vision, just another citizen stuttering with indecision. Enterprising entity driven by money, the powers in the hand of the powers that be, controlling the land as they enforce the plan to increase the name brand monotony. Move the product on TV so that all the mass can see, with corporate efficiency operating quickly at high velocities because time is money and there's still monopolies. Dictating identity, the malfunctioning cancerous society. As we watch buzzing big business on primetime TV, hard to resist omnipresent madness, but that's all that you see. Corporate, competitive, repetitive life in a cubicle. Salary replaced the soul, yet life remains somehow comfortable. The bottom of the corporate ladder, I don't matter. Low-level employee drowning in the time sea. Swimming for minutes, time gets devoured. Over my lifetime has all the power. Haven't had an instance to have that mental shower. Work owns my thoughts each week for 40 hours. Each 8-hour shift, the second hand slowly drifts as I stare at my clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock, my clock mocks me. It's 4:53, 7 minutes till I'm free. It's mental slavery, $6 severance fee. I receive it hourly. Too blind to see my mind needs peace. Working for money so I can buy myself free. A new possession and comfortability. Feel a connection to some company. Relax on the couch the 2 days I got free. Stare at my TV, flip through monotony. Productivity is up, creativity collapses into the vast desert world of perhaps. An average of 8 years we watch the television. Tell us our vision, supersede our visions. We collect all the snippets to arrive at decisions. Ask no questions, just tune in, attend, stare and grin. At the reality they've created, whole populace assimilated, too fooled to investigate, don't realize how stagnated. Where's the beef? It's what's for dinner, as a once vast jungle gets thinner and thinner. Acres of fertile land reduced to barren desert sand, it's all connected, we just fail to understand. It's considered orthodox to watch the propaganda box stare directly at our locks from NBC to Fox. Tick tock, I choose when my day starts, and when my day stops. My cage is unlocked, I unplug my clock. So I unplugged my clock and I walked outside with my eyes open wide, and I gazed at the day's displays, amaze me, portrays me. Bound to astounding surroundings, resounding, the rainbow is pounding on all of my senses, climbing these fences. Elated, fascinated at the world that's animated by the mind which has created. Setting sun is illustrated over nature's elevated heights, ever-changing day and night, shadows and lights, black harbor and white holes in ebony canvas. These constellations endless. Extensions of the mind, state evaporate, bars and permeate the sun, moon and stars, nature's trinity. Vibrantly shining is divinity. Chaos and serenity surrender to me. Somewhere in between, vast forest, jade and green, untouched, unmoved, pristine, away from the machine, seeing sights serene as they rise in the skies before our eyes. We harmonize mind and body. The will is free if you manifest your destiny. God exists if you are willing to see, residing inside of you and me. Spirituality orbits reality, balanced dualism, stir with stoicism, universal organism using universal rhythms without and within, ascend to descend, and to begin it all starts to blend, separation's illusory. The world runs on synchronicity, the cosmic dance surpassing chance is consistent coincidence, my soul's recompense, life is random, is intense and beginning to make sense. As we share conversation braided with information, a curious sensation. Traveling on veins, carving new lanes to arrive at the same perceptual plane. Sometimes it's insane, but perhaps it's quite sane. Ideas can't be contained if these roads are inflamed. Inner states of mind traversely inclined. They wind and they climb through this metamorphosis. Epicenter and enter the eye of the storm. The essence and norm as we transform, branch, extend, transcend through tomorrow's galaxy of mystery. Walking through infinity into eternity. Energetic, magnetic, myth and magic. We move majestic motion and static at the notion of omniscient devotion. Rhythmic like the ocean in the shadows of the moon. I feel a change is coming soon with that level of levitation, perceptual escalation, directional elevation. Through connections to all beings, communal thought freeing. Full capacity seeing these celestial ceremonies internally, externally relate to me. I'll be the Pisces Aquarius in various areas, calming hysteria and breaking down barriers between mystic dancers. Live your way into the answers. My cultural romances, enhancers of community, universal unity, existence defies gravity, floating free. See, divine signs eclipse time, thoughts climb to redefine the mind's patterns. I've seen Mother Earth mimic Saturn in the Utah Nocturnal. I wrote it down in my journal. These reflections are eternal, as extensive as existence, quest to hear each human sentence. Stop and listen, words can glisten, just like the stars above. Immerse your soul in love. Immerse your soul in love. Immerse your soul in love. Earth tone, satin, fragmented, rippling like a wind-whipped ocean. Awake in the desert, the sun rises like tide. Far on the outskirts from civilization I hide. No news to distract me, I watch cycles of earth. Observe what's come to be, evolved from death to birth. For nature will exist far past humankind. We're the only ones with clocks, only we could end time. One strong mind, a second side, a third eye. If these lyrics had all touch you, then the spirit never dies. I'd be driving across the country under ever-changing skies. My soul's immortalized, and in my dreams I fly. In a silent way, I start my day. I travel miles like Davis in search of cultural oasis. And fast is my pace, moving past this rat race. And time is the essence, so I never let it waste. Driving on highways, souls cross on pathways, interstates, roadways, crescent moon steals days. Nights under constellation, my soul's contemplation of earlier conversation gives profound realization. Now it's time to move on as night you'll sit on under a new rising sun, south on Route 1. Chose the road as the source for these reflections. Setting sun guiding course in a westerly direction. Like Jedi feel the force, hearing music's resurrection. En route to California, synchronicity suggestion. I quote sunlight and ocean waves. Once eclipsed sight, now better days. Just like tribe, always questing for more. Swam through waves of chaos to harmony shore. On top of a mountain with infinite visions. Lakes, rivers, oceans, perpetuate systems. Watch as the water, it flows with the rhythm. The road to meanders with random precision. Images resonating with great powers. We race around curves 60 miles per hour. The road guides its path with its twists and its turns. To the right lights a match and another one burns. Behind the wheel my thoughts they wander as the future I steadily ponder. Gazed over fields to the right, the sun was shining, eastern clouds with silver lining. Raining ideas, contagious amongst peers, getting widespread like panic, all our roots were organic. They race across lands, fertile soil, the desert sands, visions of green, shoreline serene, mountain scenes, and we breathe air clean. It seems to be my destiny, each day to make discoveries. Never have I felt so free, and in my hand I hold the key. They met in my speaker's alternating introduction. What would be the repercussion if Coltrane met Hendrix? Limitless and endless is the possibility. Dualistic sunlight energy, static electricity escalating to infinity. The stratosphere appears in inner ear. Can you hear improvisations, dream, freedom, scream, extreme fluidity, harmonic imagery? Imagination is absorbed sensation, surrendered to the saxophone cyclone, a full-blown Langston Hughes poem. The mind roams, walks down pathways through the mind of past days, swimming in vast waves of conscious streams. A love supreme is a beam of incandescent light shining on the darkest night. Could he have played on Highway Child, drew a sax solo while floated up the river Nile, drift for miles and miles and miles and miles, and bird Dolphy dizzy. Pharaoh Sanders meanders into first meditation. No idea, definition, a conception of limitation. Soul's elevation towards unification. They traveled unraveled eons beyond the purple haze horizon, rising past the storm to the third stone from the sun's cosmic catastrophe, interplanetary creativity. The astroman ran through the stars en route to Mars, interstellar space with grace, strumming strings on little wings, and the saxophone sings a few of my favorite things. Tenor extension of the soul, sucked into his vortex, his mental black hole, filled with dense matter, ideas loosely scattered, come together, float like feathers in the village vanguard. Avid avant-garde, brass blowing hard, spirit bombardment, ascension's embodiment. A testament to this earth playing life, playing birth, its religion, shapes decisions. These musicians, creation, harmonious genesis brings peace to this mind. The inclines and declines, notes climb, sublime, subliminal, spiritual, fulfill the soul. Saxophone almost home free. The symphony of unity, married minds like man and wife connected to the source of life. Bold is the message of love sent from the axis above. Exhale, surrealistic swirl, whirlwind, reverberate, penetrate, precise phrase, interrupt, stays, attention pays me a visit. Souls in transit, transmit messages, mental massages, caress the stress with each poetic breath. Voodoo child, slight return, burns my speaker wise. My mind is on fire with a burning desire. Higher and higher, drifting, uplifting, sifting through red, white, and blue anthems from his vision. Singing the pieces people feasted on, the guitar magic wand, wave, warm sounds, saxophone solo, fluid humanity, gentle dignity, socially, politically, Jimmy took on R&B. The rhythm and blues slipped off her shoes, a chance romance with rock and roll, psychedelic soul, a kinetic, magnetic, poetic attraction, only a fraction understand the movement at hand in electric lady land. Divine vibrations of the pulse of the soul resound to touch nations, making paths whole. Never forced nor controlled what was next to unfold. Knowing more than 4 seasons, moving through stellar regions. Surpassing pain, cold train felt like rain. Rain, 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 rainy day, dream away. One sun sets, another shines first rays. Illuminating intimate, passionate, resonant riffs. Painting Jupiter's surface, painting with the purpose to traverse the universe. He played conceptions, creations, perceptions, constellations, but the Hendrix experience, persistence, substance abuse, misuse. Too far, fading fast, voodoo star. Supernova too quickly, farewell electric gypsy. 2 setting souls, suns, eclipsed, enlightened ones. About to take us there, grew at time as we prepared. Nirvana's pinnacle they shared as we became aware. They breathed freedom in the air. Freedom in the air. First things first, let's kick this off for starters. If there's one thing we don't need, another sacrificial martyr. So set me free, prove the legitimacy of this democracy. Country shrouded in controversy to which we should listen. Pay attention, have suspicion, but we tend to dismiss them. Fall prey to the distraction, music that takes no action. The drug and thug and slug and sling and social manipulation. Without a foundation, nothing can stand. Now we're planting our seeds, but they sink in quicksand. When we hear the Puff Daddy, big money creation of the industry, not representing you and me, it's on Jammin' 93 or wherever you may be. Glorifying violence while the underground's as proud as the exposure is silent. Mainstream is just a big advertisement. Mental malnourishment, black misrepresentation, glorification of self. Boast about fast cars and exorbitant wealth. Place another Grammy on the top shelf as your existence perpetuates dangerous health. Vulgar excess and material emphasis translates to success of financial stress. We don't get to see old age because image does damage. When Tommy Hill figured out his black men fight for clout, he can make capital as we do the battle. With that eye for an eye mentality, leaves an entire country unable to see. Completely blind, can we leave some of this behind? Or have we fallen too far into the gears of the machine as we consistently demean our creative queens, giving birth, shaping the earth like clay, struggling to mold a better day? We call them bitches and hoes while time may have froze. Still trapped in 50s, female confines. Women still male defined, the disrespect has crossed the line. It's time to move on like 1999 with all these songs about rape on CD to tape. As they reveal secret ways to make small fortunes in days. Well, fuck crime, knowledge pays. Sort of disturbance, we've been desensitized. These stereotypes deeply internalized. Fighting a battle with misdirected energy. Unprotected community resulting in disunity. Emphasizing anger, 10-year-olds got the finger on the trigger, shouting out the word nigga like it's just another figure of speech. Truth is, this music could teach, like Martin Luther King positivity preached. New heights we'll reach, like these buildings growing out of these city streets. Scraping the skies, we soar high, thoughts as infinite as pie, with good vibes like tribal Roy Ayers. Listen to the music player, speak clear like Crystal Pepsi, the underground MC that flows fluidly with originality. Intuitively review urban history, an extensive family tree that grew out of R&B. Marvin Gaye led the way, now it's Talib Kweli. Master P, I disagree. We play on words like Scrabble as these chart toppers babble. We be time traveling. I'll be walking over beats, I'll be talking over beats. This music moves my mind as well as my feet. I got the beatbox that tip the hip-hop stocks. If you all your asked, I'm gonna be the dread to your locks. Like sedimentary rocks, these rhymes go on for layers. Listen to the truth sayers, the answer to your prayers. Enhancing enlightenment, bringing forth our experience based out of endurance. This music gives us reassurance as we break dance past ignorance. Because we're willing and able, rocking on the turntable, our number one instrument. Hip-hop essential element, we don't recycle, we reinvent. Surpassing the realm of measurement. More than a guitar from a cover band, we create more sounds than grains of sand. Using our beat and our art to describe our land, because innovation has always been our plan. Writing Sistine Chapel graffiti murals for the needy, painting our society, displaying our reality. We describe best this world that we see.
Love through the medium of music.
Skills are microscopic as the vision is myopic and obnoxious. Steering clear of topics, maybe you could give me the stock tips. Cause you're the bonds binding, the minute hand winding. Just pull millennium timing for unconscious sellout rhyming. But two sides must exist for one side to resist. The view is Taoist, the force imbalance. You can't define violence without a pacifist. A non-existent desert without an oasis. There is no revolution without a catalyst. That's why I'm reactionist to these evils that persist. Select the lyricist, the revolution catalyst. I be the empiricist, rides with the fearlessness. Writing poetry and prose, the continuous flows. Fluidity, the streams that be running through my dreams. As I search these extremes, allowing beneficial means to justify the ends. And we stretch from end to end. Baroda residential always kept it elemental. Descending from the cosmos to touch upon your mental. I listen to the music, my interstellar transport. My soul takes the coal train to the stars, my passport. Admission was free plus the price of CD or LP. At the record store I be frequently. With my ears I see hers in history. Auditorially, an MC. Using my mind's creativity, reach back with my memory. Watching tributaries flow into hip-hop. From the 70s funk to the 50s bebop. A music revolution that can never be stopped. Not even by the cops, beats too powerful when dropped. So I've got to give my props from the saxophone solo to the MC freestyle. This improvisation guides my thoughts down each and every mile. When unconscious ideas drift me down the blue Nile, I ponder random precision and instantly I smile. I walked into a wall of emotional sound. Notes resound to touch all of those who surround. Say pop's underground, reaches above. These statements profound embrace ideas of love. One day liberty will fit my people like a glove. One day liberty will fit all people like a glove. This image seeps into everything I dream of. When I sit here hearing vibrations, pulsations, emanations from the local jazz station, I feel a relation to a population whose imagination has no limitation. Ideas always vibing in any situation. So the goal that I desire is to elevate you higher. This discourse should inspire as I write with ink of fire. Always trust my intuition, always bless the kids with wisdom. For there's knowledge in the music, a message with no tuition. Soon this lower class existence will lead to resistance. Our future will be vivid, I'm just waiting in suspense. Headlights, cold stare, dark night, yellow streaks, cracked concrete, black tar streets, two paths could meet. Time race, coffee taste, license plate, another state, another weight, it's getting late, we dance with fate. Next episode, eyes half closed, winding road, my coffee's cold. Driving fast, rain pounds on glass, new scene streak by under a grayly lit sky. We're high with heavy eyes, squint at the sunrise, vocalize to my partner in crime, we speak rhyme. Conversing in art from the heart to the mind, describing time with curving lines, curving through conceptual, mystical, mathematical, multi-dimensional mental maps, perhaps piercing prose and poetry, slinging slang and simile. Culturally conversing, daylight's documentary, driving through savannah, singing visions of Johanna southern trees, stress roots 360 degrees, freedom's fingers feeling free, touching me as I see, reach back and recollect with infinite respect for the past as it lasts slightly longer than tomorrow, so we borrow ideas from distant peers, separated by years but just as near. When you hear bitches brew vinyl, climbing the spinal, 1969 will redefine the level we revel in, the record spins, the record spins, the record spins, mixed in lights, dim, roomy romances rock him, now time spins. Inverted, reverted, 180 degrees. Desert to trees, heat to freeze, stillness to breeze. Revisit late 60s counterculture mentality. They call me counterculture, I'm pro-culture as can be. We reach more ears than politicians. Echo out to touch all nations. Notes resound with inspiration. Differing perspectives, but it's all relative. Dylan breathing freedom over an acoustic guitar. Now these urban prophets preach it representing Black Star. There's no limit to how far we can go as we grow and surrender to the flow. I'm a firm believer it makes the path much easier. As our souls take flight, reaching the height of light, cultures come together like day and like night. Extract the soul from the present and past wisdom heaven sent from the cosmos, truth descends. Transcends, transforms, deviate from the norm. Watch the wide open eye of this lyrical storm. The vocal volcano, word whirlwind, tornado circles the mind mental halo. Presence brightly glows and flows like the Tigris Euphrates. Eyes set on Pleiades, 7 stars, 7 sisters. See the depths of our history reach back to infinity. Light travels in waves and seconds moves days with each euphoric phrase. Hear the mystical oasis, basically the basis of the mind's designs, inclines through time and sublime sunshine divine. Divisions fuse if we choose to use our intellect and respect each other. Father to mother, brother to sister, we're about to change history. Black and white souls in harmony, shine light, lift the fog of negativity. Open the door to your soul and let it see. Swinging on ropes of hope, vines of time that cross the line between reality and dreams. Light beams like the sun. In his eyes we're all one. In his eyes we're all one. In his eyes we're all one. The plastic man ran fast past the minute hand through the hourglass sand past the last man standing, stranding father time on a conceptual island, isolating footprints, indelible imprints on perceptual shores. Withstanding the tide to permanently glide through the concept of time, which is just another line that they fed you as soon as you could chew. Now time's consuming you. Eyes on the second hand, the handcuffed left hand, the wristwatch that we watch to keep up a clock once regulated by rhythms biological, the devolving technological. The logical explanation of the fixation of time wasting, try sampling time tasted. With patience, engaging existence, extend time with each sentence. Each intelligent utterance dances with chance energy. Time has never been a friend of me until I breathed it in comfortably. Now time works for me, my loyal employee, reproducing itself, expanding my wealth of infinite time. Times the rate at which my thoughts unravel equals the limitless distance each sentence can travel. I'm analytically, acidically burning your periphery with ball-pointing alchemy. Close my eyes to see thoroughly, walk atop the sea, nomadically floating like gravity over the galaxy. Time traveling, unraveling space to displace the status quo. Indelible like company, flow like a river, delivering waters across borders. It's the truth transporter.
Be inside of your mind. Be inside of your
Freeing what's in store, unlocking the door to perception to let the light shine in through the windows to the soul. To eyes to behold, to rise and unfold the secret of ancient mysteries untold yet innate to the soul.
Be inside of your mind. Be inside of your mind.
And all this beauty I behold around each and every turn, sights burn the eyes, the red light from the sky.
Skies, the sapphire fire on sun horizon, rising fast as lightning, igniting and exciting instantaneous ideas which normally take years to form, coming to the mind in a torrential word storm, touching your skin, seeping into your cognition. The world is your kin, men, women, and children. Foundation to a building conscious minds that fight the hands of time. That's why I look behind in order to move forwards, and I walk towards tomorrow with each of my steps, and I breathe out the future with tangible breath. And deep in my dreams, I wonder what's next as we climb these extremes to reach the apex. We decide to ride from the east to west side. A new moon controls the Pacific tide. With our eyes open wide, we explore these new places, natural oasis, cities moving at fast paces as we gaze at new faces. Like the man at the truck stop, coffee shop, highway side, fast cars gliding by. He was the silhouette of regret. He never left his safety net, never met a sunset over a distant land, always walked and never ran. Never roamed away from home, his native state, made me appreciate exploration, an invitation to experience direct clearance to existence. On this asphalt avenue carving through a human zoo. The truck driver's survivor at the diner, disrespecter of the waitress, the conversation regressed and digressed when his eyes fixed on her dressed and he uttered thoughtlessness as she bent down to clean his mess. I assessed the disrespect and I looked into her eyes. I saw tears and asked why. She wore a smile when she cried. Her contentment was a lie. To the problem he seemed blind, failed to recognize the sign, failed to walk across the line. I felt empty like my wine. So I drank the last strip, gave her a nice tip, hopped in my spaceship and continued on my trip. Watched the next man take a sip of a Starbucks microchip that rang in his mind so they can easily find him. Sprint binds him. Leashed from his mind to the cellular society, connected to his company but disconnected mentally. Is this the man I'm meant to be? Is this what I was sent to see? Back on black tar arteries, flowing through the heart of me, the road it is a part of me. Meandering on veins, drifting in the right-hand lane when I caught up to my pain. On the New Hampshire interstate out late, danced with fate, got stopped by the cop with preconceived notions, focused on my motions, displaying no emotions. Because being black is enough to attract attention, not to mention unwarranted suspicion. It's dangerous to be different. When crime is as usual as the suspects, exactly who do these laws serve and protect? I see search and disrespect with modern-day racism, anti-individualism evolving from McCarthyism. Just ostracize those different in the new millennium Salem witch hunt. Yes, we're looking for a black male, baggy pants, puffing a blunt. Don't front. Getting arrested, harming no one is an executioner, upholds the law with a gun, shooting sons, 'cause we're the new enemy. A cold war waged on you and me. Well, I'm willing to fight, so I write light through the night. soon to rest in the west, but took a fall into a maul. Appalled, so I sent out this call to the coordinated country of conformity, complying and relying on society, submitting to a warped sense of normalcy. The artificial American beauty, plastic, fantastic, stretched skin like elastic, flock of sheep, misplaced priorities walking down the street abhorring me. I got struck with a barrage of conformist camouflage. Women trained to make up, I urge you to wake up from this patriarchy paralysis. I believe another side exists, so I hopped on tour with Fish. Built a cultural community, built it around unity. The move was meant for you and me, a movement aimed towards liberty, improvement of reality. As we dance our stance with red faces, yellow faces, taking me to different places, filling voids in different spaces. Erasing races, we chase freedom's pace to taste the ideals that we embrace. In the ideal ideology land of the free, I express my individuality. Unfortunately, I get looked upon skeptically, a loss of credibility incredible to me. So I kept moving on the road, thought my mental would explode. Stopped in the bathroom in June, chasing the moon, emerging from my cocoon. The time was opportune to take the mirror look and stare directly at my book. 22 years old, eyes weathered by the road, soul is known a heavy load, broke the mold, spiraling into control, into my goals. Saw the light within my eyes, saw my spirit start to rise, above all the lies, actualize and organize the ideas of my peers, spreading art through the years, together overshadow fears. Because we have a shared center from the student to the mentor, it's all access, all enter. The rainbow of existence which glistens in the distance of the universal heart, pulsating since the start. Since the dawn as I yawn, walking along the ocean side, as deep as my emotions, I watch the motions in my mind. Wind and climb as I speak time, extending them with mental rhymes for the reason of blending the seasons of our being, freeing, seeing, sharing the dreams from the seams of my soul, from our soul as a whole, the future's ours to mold. Universal. Artists existing before their times exist all times, resist all times, paint their time with the most descript lines, climbing the vine to the divine, and the vine is the spine, and the mind is divine. With the power to wind time in any which way, to switch any such day from white right to black, from Jack Kerouac's abstract tales of absurd words, the voice mimics Charlie Bird's saxophone poem. Mr. Parker in the darker bars than night, playing light, improvising and rising like the sapphire sun. It was Jim Morrison who spoke to me once. I was 13, trying to dream while the record was skipping. The question was tripping over a sentence, inquiring existence. If my life was a movie, would it be intense? Would there be enough to see? Would the plot make any sense? Would the footage be rough? Would I ever know love? Did I move fast enough to keep off the dust and fend off the rust? It's a must that I place my trust in my muse, the music I choose to use in congruence with all possible influence. Fluidly the wind whispers through the trees the philosophies of Saul, Rumi, and Socrates. In candlelight I read Hafiz, where poetry meets prophecy. And we permeate parables, cosmic creations, and mentally malleable infinite translations to serenade the soul's extensive sensations, the fact behind fables. Sit down at the table to converse the empirical, the guests are the best to stress the status quo. Georgia O'Keeffe, the Truth Thief, KRS-One, Toni Morrison, as well as Jim, Bob Dylan, Rakim, Joplin, Clapton, Led Zeppelin, Tom Robbins, and Howard Zinn, Syd Barrett, John Lennon, Mumia in prison, McLaughlin, Beethoven, and Mozart, the abstract art of Frida Kahlo, Pablo Picasso, Company Flow, Henry David Thoreau, Thelonious Monk, Harmonious Punk, Jimi Hendrix, Gibran's Prophet, Kurt Cobain, John Coltrane, Zakir Hussain left permanent imprints on my brain. Perry Farrell and his peripheral vision, Jane's addiction, white light reflected in a prism, Hunter S. Thompson, Robert Johnson's blues, Langston Hughes, Radiohead, Gangstar, The Grateful Dead, Black Star, Mos Def and Kweli, Burning Spear through the years, and Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King and Nina Simone, Ralph Nader and A.C. Alone, Gil Scott-Heron and The Last Poets, Last Poems, Jimmy Cliff, Jimmy Smith, Wes Montgomery, Dizzy Gillespie, Mahatma Gandhi, J.B.'s, James Brown and Jeff Buckley, Art Blakey, Eric Dolphy, Cannonball Adderley, Rumi Fela and Femi Kuti, Rashid Ali, Bob Marley, Mike Ladd, Michael Jackson before Bad Toots and the Maytals, The Roots and John Mayall, Ginsberg, Spielberg, Stevie Wonder, Mingus, Mayfield, Lightning, Thunder, Erykah Badu, Black Sabbath, The Who, Miles, John Lee Hooker, Booker T and the MGs, Muhammad Ali, Plastic Man, Pearl Jam, DJ Dan, Sonny Rollins, Bahamadia, Chick Corea, Al Green. Pink Floyd welcomed me to the machine that I presently rage against. And I sit here awaiting tomorrow's dreams, and I await with great suspense. I pray one day that a light will beam and we will climb the fence and embrace a change that's so extreme, a peaceful existence.